Is this the most complete large van proposition the market can offer? Renault thinks so. Some rivals claim greater sophistication, but this Master delivers much of what they offer at a significantly lower price. As usual with this model, there's a vast range of capacity options to choose from, and this smarter looking Master has really upped its game in terms of efficiency, safety, infotainment and technology. If you're a business browsing in this segment, it's a real contender.
The engine range still uses the same 2.3 litre DCI Energy diesel engine, but for this updated model, this long-running power plant features quite a few improvements for front-driven variants. There are 3 different power outputs rated at 135, 150 and 180 PS, the most powerful variant available with the option of the brand's semi-auto, manual automated, quick-shift 6-speed clutchless transmission. Every version of this Euro 6D temp engine is a bi-turbo unit, and all variants of it feature a new cylinder head, a new cylinder block, an improved variable turbo with an integrated exhaust manifold, and, as standard, all energy spec power plants get the brand's stop-start system. As a result, efficiency is usefully improved. Rear-driven variants don't do quite as well, partly because they continue with the older, heavy-duty, homologated version of this 2.3 litre power plant, which offers 130 or 145 PS outputs. Rear-driven versions do, of course, tow better, up to 3.5 tonnes if correctly specified, and they offer more traction. Mind you, all Masters work surprisingly well in low grip conditions thanks to the inclusion of a clever grip extend feature built into the ESC stability control system. On the move in this Renault, you'll find that other competitors are quieter at speed, but engine noise is kept in check by a dual mass flywheel and a crankshaft with 8 counterweights to help cut vibration. The 100% electric battery-powered zero emissions or ZE version doesn't, of course, have any refinement issues at all. It uses a 33 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery that, when fully charged, has a WLTP-rated driving range restricted to just 75 miles, though that falls to only 50 miles in the winter. All versions of this LCV feel very planted on the highway, and there's now the peace of mind of extra camera-driven safety kit, though most of it's optional. Things like autonomous braking, blind spot alert and lane departure warning. In town, the smooth ride can get unsettled by poorer surfaces, but this Master feels admirably easy to manoeuvre for such a large vehicle, aided by light steering, a relatively tight turning circle, and nice touches like the wide-angle mirror fitted to the inside of the passenger sun visor that allows the driver to see if anything, or anyone, a cyclist for instance, is in the vehicle's near-side blind spot. If we were to tell you that this was a completely new 4th generation version of this Master, you'd probably believe us. The visual changes made to the front end as part of this updated Mark III model's facelift certainly suggest that. Renault has needed here to bring the visual identity of this model more into line with smaller vans in its LCV lineup. The key change lies with this freshly designed handlebar-shaped front grille, which gains these chrome headlights if you splash out on the plusher Business Plus trim package we have here. Right, time to take a look inside the cab. This delivers the kind of satisfyingly commanding view of the road ahead that you'd want from a large segment LCV of this type. In some areas, the cabin design is starting to feel its age, the fact that there's no steering wheel reach adjustment, for instance, but efforts have been made with this revised model to try and bring things a little more up to date wherever possible. There's a smarter steering wheel and a revised instrument binnacle, but perhaps the key change is the addition of this Media Nav Evolution infotainment system with its 7-inch centre dash screen. Along with GPS mapping, this delivers the smartphone mirroring functionality you'd want if you were planning to use your Master as a mobile office. The optional desktop that folds out of the middle seat backrest will help if that's the case. We have the 2 individual seat option here. There are no fewer than 22 separate compartments provided around the cab for stowage of your odds and ends. The biggest of these is this optional compartment beneath the 2 passenger seat bases. Right, let's look at the practicalities of running this Master. Now, operators will be choosing between 4 body lengths, L1, this L2 model, L3 and L4, and 3 roof heights, H1, this H2 variant and H3. That means a wide range of cargo capacity choices, anything from 8 cubic metres and 2,583 millimetres of load space length in the base L1 H1 variant, right up to 17 cubic metres and 4,330 millimetres of load space length in the very biggest L4 H3 model, which can swallow up to 4 europallets. With this mid-range L3 H2 body shape, there's a 12.3 cubic metre cargo capacity and 3,083 millimetres of floor length. Interior cargo bay roof height varies between 1,700 and 2,144 millimetres, depending on the roof option you've selected and whether you've gone for front or rear wheel drive. All models feature a load area width of 1,765 millimetres, which on single rear wheel models narrows to 1,380 millimetres between the wheel arches. There are 4 GVW or gross vehicle weight options offered to Master operators: 2.8, 3.3, 3.5 or 4.5 tonnes. And the possible payloads can be as much as 2,167 kilos. But of course, that again will vary according to your choice of variant. This typical L3 H2 model can take up to 1,384 kilos. As for running costs, well, updates to this model's 2.3 litre DCI bi-turbo diesel engine have made a big difference to running costs. The 150 PS version of this unit that we're trying here is now 17% more frugal. The WLTP combined cycle fuel reading is up to 47.9 mpg and around 13% cleaner. The NEDC rated CO2 reading is 156 grams per kilometre. With, say, a L3 H3 150 PS Master model, Renault reckons this would save an operator £303 over a 4-year, 80,000-mile operating period. And further savings will be accrued through the fact that servicing intervals have now been extended to every 25,000 miles or every 2 years, whichever comes first. Plus, of course, it'll count greatly in this Master's favour that the French brand has such a wide van specialist dealer network. The market's largest vans, LCVs like this one, are more significant than you might think. If, increasingly, goods can be carried in efficient, eco-friendly vehicles like this, rather than in smoky lorries, then everyone will benefit. Goods will be cheaper, they'll get there quicker, and the polar bears will have a few more years on the ice cap. For that to happen, of course, large vans need to be able to take larger loads, and this one can, with its greater space and higher weight limits. True, build quality could be a little tougher and a few of the options made standard, but that apart, this is a remarkably complete package, which, if you've packages of your own, could make a remarkably astute choice.